Hello again. I'm continuing again on the First World War theme, again German. This will probably be the last one for the time being concerning First World War German items. I'm running out of those. I shall be proceeding with Second World War German items. I do have other items available, but we will look at that at a further date. Now, I would like to start this time with a tapestry that I have that was probably sewn by perhaps a mother or the sweetheart of a soldier on the front line. It states, Ein Volk, ein Gott, ein Reich, meaning one people, one God, one country. This is a beautiful piece, unfortunately a little bit tattered around the base, but it's a very nice original item and I like it. Next I would like to show you a shrapnel made letter opener. Now if you've been watching my previous video, you will have known that a couple of years ago we visited as a family Schloss in Rastatt in Germany, and we visited a museum where I happened to find a room full of beer steins. But I also found in the same museum a display of letter openers that were made from shrapnel. Here I have an example, and the ones I saw in the museum are exactly the same as the one that I have here. Yeah, it's an interesting piece, and I actually use it myself. I think soldiers, in order to while away the time in the trenches, will grab pieces of shrapnel and whittle away, and this actually works very well as a letter opener. Next I have a Translator. This is a very nice item, and considering the age of it, is actually quite complicated. It's shaped like a shell. You remove the cap, you have a lighter inside. Okay. If you pull this piece out, you can see, perhaps, I hope, that there is a little screw that you can change to flint. On the underside, it's a bit difficult to get out. This is where you put your petrol in, and you have a little canister for spare fuel. Very interesting item. Quite complicated for just something so simple as a cigarette lighter. A very nice piece. Next I would like to show you, this is First World War belt torch. Here are the belt hooks. I think I've got it upside down. When you open it, you have your battery box. original labels inside, and it still has a bulb. I'm going further with torches. This is the sort of torch that the Germans used when they were in tunnels underground. It's also the sort of torch that when the villagers went to visit the local mad scientists, that probably would have used as well. The idea was to soak it in petrol, set light to it, and off you would go. Now, this is a First World War German 98 bayonet. This one is dated 1917. This is the standard German Army issue bayonet. There were models that were made with a saw on the back, on the rear edge. These were considered to be against the Geneva Convention. However, this one isn't. But I will go on to that in a moment. This bayonet is interesting because the frog, I don't know if you can see that, is dated 1942. There is a reason for this. During the Second World War, occupying forces were often issued with old German First World War equipment because the frontline soldiers will be issued with the brand new made equipment. So occupying forces would use old equipment in order to keep the frontline forces well equipped. And this one was recovered in the Netherlands, which makes sense. So they have made a Second World War bayonet frog specifically for this First World War bayonet. Now, I mentioned about the sawback on the edge of the bayonet. This is a First World War entrenching tool. With cover. Now if we open it up, this is a very special item. If you can see, it has a saw edge on it. But this was not normal. The same with the bayonet. It was reported that any soldiers captured carrying the bayonet with a saw edge or a spade with a saw edge were automatically executed because it was considered against the Geneva Convention. That is a very rare item. I'll finish this video with a couple of First World War belts and buckles. Now this is an early war or pre-war aluminium two-piece buckle with leather. This is very supple, very good condition. The back strap has been adjusted according to the soldier's requirements. This was often the case, also in the Second World War they did that as well. And I'd like to finish this video with the second pattern, which was the steel buckle, which was introduced 1915-1916. This belt has not been adjusted and is in total original condition. The soldier who wore this has at some time added this extra belt loop, as can be seen by the stitching. Okay, now thank you for watching. I shall be coming back the next time with some information about Russian front recovered German World War II helmets.